Hey guys, the data is out. If you are looking to buy or sell on 30A summer 2026, I'm going to teach you the 3 things you need to know in the next 3 minutes. So one is inventory is down significantly. Inventory is down about 25%, which means there's less properties on the market, which means there's less things to choose from. That also means, from our perspective, I also know that there's a lot of fluff on the market, and we're going to talk about that in a second. 2 is that properties are selling significantly more this year than last year. Really significantly more than it has in the last handful of years. So ever since the COVID era, there's more happening in 2026 than any year since after COVID, 23, 24, 25. So seeing that so far this year, that means about 200 more properties have sold already, which is going to translate by the end of the year probably to about 1 billion more sales are going to happen, overall sales volume on 38 compared to the previous years. So, and then also we're seeing average sale prices are up about 6 to 7% overall. So if you are a buyer, you need to understand where the opportunities are, what to look for, what great location means, where great beach access is, and how to find good properties with good amenities, access to good amenities, or how you can build those amenities in. I mean a heated pool, I mean closeness to restaurants, things to do, all the things that you're looking for whenever you rent. If you're looking for a good property, whether you're going to rent it or not, that's the people are going to use the property in that way. So you're going to see 2 markets happening, a fast market and a slow market. This is for buyers and sellers, but speaking to buyers, as a buyer, you are going to find that there are properties that are going to sell almost immediately. There's going to be properties that sell off market, before market. There's going to be properties that sit on the market for longer than 30 days. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're overpriced, but properties that are selling the best, that look amazing, that are turnkey ready, like someone could buy and move into it, use it that day, those properties are probably going to sell if they're priced well within 30 days. Some of them less than a week, some of them day one. If they aren't, if they're overpriced, if there's work that needs to be done, cosmetic or complete renovations, those properties are probably going to sit longer than 120 days. Those properties are also probably going to sell for a significant discount, because people that buy in this market, now I'm speaking to buyers and sellers, are people who want to move into a property and use it immediately. If it's not like that, there's lots of buyers for that too, but they're going to be looking for a discount big enough where it's worth their time, their effort, their holding costs, and the reward for having a vision for updating a property cosmetically, functionally, and making that property worthwhile. So you're going to see properties that sit longer than 30 days, longer than 120 days. 120 days is about the average for this market. And if you see something with more than 120 days, those are parts where you're probably going to start to see negotiation happening. More, you'll see 5, 6, 7, 8%, maybe even more. On average, the negotiation for this market is about 4 to 6%. So you can set that expectation that, but if it's something that looks really good, and again, it comes on the market, you need to be ready, and that's something that's probably going to sell quickly. So there's more buyers in the market, so you're going to see things sell quickly. You're going to see sell stuff off market. If you want access to off market things, you're going to need to connect with your agent, your Live 38 agent, or me, and you're going to need to let them know exactly what you're looking for. You're going to need to sign a buyer agreement, and you're going to need to let them know what your real budget is and the best detail you possibly can. And you're going to need to be ready as well, because the people selling those properties are only going to want to be dealing with willing and ready and able buyers to even let them in their property. So that said, speaking to sellers now, if you are in the seller market, right, you're wanting to sell your property in 2026, or let's say you even have your property on the market already, it's not selling, there's a few reasons why, and I could tell you with certainty, with high level of certainty, what those might be. So if you're looking to sell, one is you need to realize that although inventory is down, there's really good competition on the market. So there's not a market right now for overpricing your listing, really, no matter what it is. If it's unique, it might be hard to price your property, and maybe you're just trying to find it out. But if it's a property that's in Watercolor, Rosemary, Alice Beach, you are in Watersound, you're in a property, community like that, you're gonna be able to find the value of your property very accurately. And you're gonna need it to stand out well, and it needs to be well put together and well marketed. If your property blends in with all the rest of them, your property is gonna be on a list with the rest of them, and they'll need to be able to, you'll need to be able to look at all the properties that are available and say, hey, why in the world would I choose my property, all the other ones? You're gonna love your property, but will other people love your property compared to all the other ones? So there needs to be legitimate answers for that, of actually what it is about your property that stands out. Will they remember it? Is there amazing, light fixture, wall feature? Does you have something that others don't, or something better than others do? Right? So it needs to be stand out, and 2, it needs to be really well marketed, and 3, the biggest part is it needs to be priced well. There's no space on this market for overpricing listings right now. So if your property has sat on the market, or you overprice it, you're gonna see that it's gonna sit for over 120 days if it's overpriced. If your property sits on the market for 30 days and you haven't had significant amount of showings, activity, weekly showings, agents asking every few days about the property, your property is overpriced, almost guaranteed. So in this market, you need to price well, it needs to stand out, and it needs to be ready. If your property is ready to go, beautiful, amazing, and you price it well, you need to understand your property may sell very quickly. If your property is not priced well and it has needs cosmetic fixes, you already know that there's things that need to be done, you don't want to do them, it could benefit from a renovation or updating, you need to price your property, figure out what those things are going to cost, and very realistically add about 25 to 50% of what it's going to cost you to do those things, and take the entire thing off the top of the price, because that's going to be about the price that people and investors are going to come in and want to buy your property. So, and your property is probably going to sit for 120 plus days, potentially longer, unless you price it low enough or aggressively enough. Or you can be someone that has a property that looks amazing, it's put together really well, it's turnkey ready, and that's a property that's going to sell quickly, it's going to sell for a premium, and it's going to move in this market. As we move through summer, we get into June, July, August, we expect to see an increased amount of sales happening all the way through the year. There's a lot of factors that are driving it. And if you, regardless of where you are, you need to have an agent that's on your side and in your corner. And all the agents that live 30A are going to be people who are extremely knowledgeable, who are going to be in your corner, that understand, are going to seek to have your best in mind. And that's someone that you need working with you and in your corner and on your team. So if that's what you're looking for, if any part of this video has resonated with you, stands out to you, please follow Live 30A. Follow us, reach out to your Live 30A agent, connect with them, and start working with them, and connect for more information. God bless. Have a wonderful day.